children surround. It's always wild and blue, shifting through the gears, don't use the clutch. Rolling up the road in your C10 truck, limps around. How y'all doing, man? I'm out here jamming to my theme song, man. Thanks again, David Hardcastle. Woo! Limps around. Anyway, I just don't have enough hands to show all the, you know, it takes both my hands to fix this truck, man. I just can't. I don't have a tripod. I don't have somebody else here to shoot the videos. I got my wife up there. Yeah, I do have my son. But man, I ain't gonna make him do nothing he don't want to do, man. If he just doesn't want to help me shooting videos, I guess he has his own reasons, man. He just has his own reasons. And one of them is voice recognition, the other one's facial recognition, and I don't know, man. Maybe he'll come around. He's busy today anyway. He had a lot of chores to do, so I just got under there and I fixed the problem with the blinkers. The wires were starting to rot going to the back, where it goes to the back, and they were starting to get all, you know how the wire gets all brittle and the insulation on it peels off. So I had to go buy some wire and rerun all the wire, rerun one wire. I didn't rerun them all. I mean, it popped the fuse. I put another one in, it popped it again. So I located it by getting a test light, and I tested it under the dash, and it was blinking fine. I went back there, man. It was a frustrating ordeal. I don't even think you wanted to go through all the hours that I had to go through this morning to figure it out, man. I was just I was getting really frustrated, starting to throw wrenches and everything else. But anyway, I got it done. I got it done, man. And so my wife's gonna be blessed with that. And I took the ball hitch out of the, you can't have 3 ball hitches in the back. You can't have 2 ball hitches in the back. You can only have 1 ball hitch in the back, and that's because it's in the middle of your license plate. And you can still read both sides of your license plate that way. I made sure all the wires are hooked up. I made sure everything's going okay. The alternator is working just fine. For now, I'm just going to leave that other battery disconnected, and we'll deal with it that way. I'm going to go get when I save up the money and I'm going to get a 100 amp alternator. I'm going to put on this thing, and that way I can do what I want to as far as charging 2 batteries and having a backup standby battery. And what else? Oh yeah, the carrier bearing. It's just fine, man. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody at all, but it wasn't the carrier bearing, man. It was the transmission mounts on each side of the bell housing. Both bolts kept coming out, so I went back. I had to go to the dealership and order the bell housing bolts, and they came in, and I put the bell housing bolts in there, and they're all funny looking, you know what I'm saying? And I put some thread lock in there, and so they're staying put. The rear main seal, man, it quit leaking, man. It's starting to hold oil just fine now. It is leaking on the push rod covers. I think they're called push rod covers on the side of the block. Those are leaking, so I gotta you know, buy some gaskets and fix that, because I'm tired of this thing leaking, as you can see, you know. Greasy under there. At least it ain't gonna rust, huh? Ain't nothing gonna rust with all that oil going everywhere, huh? No, I ain't using that oil much bad now, and I'm doing better, man. I just have my ups and downs. I did take one video down with a couple of videos back, man, because I just don't want to go. I just don't want to put me out there showing a fool of myself, man. I was just trying to keep real, and a lot of comments were being made on there of, you know, you don't want to do that, man. They could be knocking on your door and locking the door and throwing away the key on you, you know, and I don't need that. And there's no sense in hating. There's no sense in hating. I guess they're just doing the best they can. They're following the rules like they should. But I just don't understand their rules, and I gotta agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do that and do what they tell me and take my meds like I'm supposed to, and maybe they'll give me that spinal stimulator when I get a chance. to get it. I'm hoping for the best, man. That's all I can think of at this time. And oh yeah, there was a guy that he texts me. He's I think it's man, I forget the youngster's name, man. I'm bad with names, but he lives in DeSoto, and he texted me on my phone. He said, Limpy, are you driving your truck around over here at Lancaster at the Home Depot? And I said, and I texted back, or I think I called him back, and I said, no, that wasn't me, man. He says, well, there's another truck out there that was the same color as yours, white top, mustard green, original paint. He has Kragers on it, looks just like your truck, man. So now I'm gonna have to do some things to change the appearance of this truck, because I want my truck to be distinguished, one of a kind. I want to put on things, and you know, I know Chatty Cathy over here there's probably a 1 in a trillion, quadruple trillion, that there's going to be another Chatty Cathy down here shifting gears. But so I got to do something. I've just got a lot of questions, man, in my own head of what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. But I am gonna take a Greg from Arkansas told me that if you get tired of vacuuming that thing out, because it's a daily driver, and I'm getting sick and tired of getting grass out of here. And grass is hard to get out of the carpet. But I'm thinking about pulling the carpet out and put some Rhino bed liner, you know, masking off around the edges where it meets the just the floor, just the belly pan, you know, just the floor pan. I'm going to try to put some Rhino bed liner down there, and that way I can just wash this thing out and not have no worries about it. Because I want my truck looking nice, but I don't want to have to go through the effort and the struggle to vacuum it out all the time. And when you're driving something daily, I don't care if you live in, not unless you got an office job somewhere and you don't walk on grass, and I have to walk through grass and rocks and dirt and coming in here and getting out of here. And I got a dog as well, and I just don't like getting my truck all dirty, and it's embarrassing to have all that dirt and everything in the carpet, you know. And I do plan on doing something with this rear view mirror. I'm gonna put up their Olympia 817 YouTube logo on there, so I can advertise for my channel. What else? Oh yeah, I still got all this I still got that armoire over there. I guess that's what it's called, an armoire. Somebody else told me what it's called. It's just something to put your clothes in. It's an antique closet. That's what I want to call it. Hillbilly action there. It's called an antique closet there, Paul. That's what we call it. We call it a place to hang your clothes and a place to hang them threads. You know what I'm saying? Man, I like that. I love that theme song. I got to figure out how to get me a presentation. I'm trying to figure out how to do a subtitle and a theme song at the first of every video, to where I just gotta save that, and then on Filmora Grow you add that, you edit it into every video you make. But I gotta figure out how to do it, man. I thought about me putting a mop, cutting the handle off of a mop and sticking it over my head, and getting a broom and getting down and lips around and shooting something corny, or a cupcake apron like my wife wants me to wear, and just make it funny at the beginning of every video, and give my P.O. box, because there's people that text me, say they want to send me some things for the truck, or I think Sprayway Custom said he wanted to get with me on a aftermarket air conditioner. Man, I'm looking forward to getting in touch with him and seeing if I can get that, because it's I'm sweating bullets out here, man. I mean, every time me and my wife get in the truck, man, her mascara starts running and her makeup starts running, and it's a good thing she works nights, because I think by the time that she got ready to you know, by the time she got to work every day, if she had to work anytime when it was real hot outside, her makeup would be running. And so I'm trying to make her comfortable on that. I did find me a 1970 Chevy truck, short wheelbase. It's in pieces. And there again, I'm bad with names, man. But he lives over there in River Oaks, man. He invited me over there to his place, and he told me that he's wanting to get his. He has quite a few parts out there, man. Chevy truck parts, and I think I got him talked into hanging on that thing for me, man, so I can save up my money. Wait till tax season come around, or just wait until my ship comes in. And I did say ship, not the other word. Wait till my ship comes in, and see if I can't purchase it and put it together and put it under prime. I've got somebody. I got my buddy Noe that's gonna give me a 350 Chevrolet motor, and I haven't made up my mind whether to put it in this and take the inline six motor out of this and put it in that truck, because it sure is beautiful, man. A short wheelbase. I like the 70 model. I like the 70 model more than I like the 72, because I like those 4 headlights in the front. If I'm not mistaken, that is a 70 model when they put them 4 headlights in the front. I like that, and I thought about talking him into just selling me the front to bolt it into this, but this is all original, man, and it would sure deprive the value of this truck if I change this truck too much to where it can't go back to original. I guess somebody could go ahead and bolt another front end, you know, bolt the original front end back on it, but a lot of people just like this truck, and I don't want to change too much of it. I'm just hoping some things happen, man. As far as the medication goes, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go back in there, go back to the doctor and have them adjust my. That's the part I hate about depression medicine, man. I don't like depression medicine because they don't know for sure which one to give you. I just feel like it's a hit and miss type of thing. Well, let's give you this one. No, that one didn't work. So we're gonna try this one, and that one didn't work. So we're gonna try this one, and that didn't work. So how do they know that it's the depression medicine? Not, you know, I'm not no doctor, but how do they really know that it's some other medicine might not be panning out and sliding slick with my, you know, how do they know that depression medicine's not steering straight with how do they know they're not, how do I put this, man? How do I know that my medications aren't butting heads? You know what I'm saying? I know this, man. When I take my cocktail at night, I guess that's what they call it, a medication cocktail. I know when I take it at night, man, boy, I tell you, man, it just makes me feel all woozy, and it makes me feel like I'm drunk. And I'm glad I take it at night, because I don't like feeling that way, man. It just brings back too many bad memories of other things that I used to do on my own, you know, private. What do you want to call it? Recreational drugs, whatever you want to call them. It makes me feel that way, and I don't like feeling that way. I don't want nothing to bring back bad memories, and they do bring back the bad memories. So I try to take them now. I'm trying to take them and just go right to sleep, so I don't have to deal with the side effects of the. I don't know. I guess it just that drunk feeling. I guess maybe it's a Seroquel, man. Somebody out there listening, man. Somebody told me he had to take 800 milligrams of Seroquel just to knock him out at night, and man, that's a lot. I'm only taking 50 milligram tablets. I can only imagine how it is having to take 800 milligrams of Seroquel. That's like, man, I imagine this is the way he feels, you know. Yay, 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 do the Seroquel shuffle. You know that song called the Harlem Shuffle? Well, he's doing the Seroquel shuffle. I remember back in the day whenever I got sent away, when I was a kid, they didn't know what ADD was, and I got sent off to a mental institution because I was just a bad kid, you know, always acting out, never could stay out of the office. So they sent me to Wichita Falls State Hospital for an evaluation. And they did send me home, and they said, man, there just ain't nothing wrong with this child. He's just very hyperactive. You might want to watch his diet. They didn't know what it was, but I remember being in there with some crazies, man. They was people in there that they was doing the Thorazine shuffle. Just they take steps and just drooling all over themselves. They tried to give me some Milleril, man, and to try to calm me down, because I was angry when I first got there. I wasn't happy to be there at all. I didn't like being there. I'll tell you all this story. It's funny. There's this guy named Isidore. This is a good story. There's this guy named Isidore in there. And when I first got there, the Isidore, he was quiet. He never said a word to nobody. He never talked. In fact, he would only talk to the staff. I guess he had to really get to know somebody, and they had to, because he would talk to them, but he wouldn't talk to anybody else, man. And he was in there for huffing gas. He went crazy huffing gas. He huffed gas until he just lost all his marbles. You know what I'm saying? And they told me when I first got there, some of the other kids poked at me and said, hey, man, go over there and sneak over. Because we had partitions, you know what I'm saying? And they, for the bedrooms, dividers. We didn't have walls. So I guess they just didn't want us completely having our own room. They wanted, I don't know why they had it that way. I guess save money or whatever. But they told me, go get a cup of water and pour it on Isidore. And so Isidore... Man, I'm sweating like crazy. Isidore didn't do nothing. And I went and got another cup of water and poured it on top of him. And he caught me running off, you know, so he knew it was me. And it took about 5 days for that to register in his brain, man. And we was up the top of the line at the chow hall. And I think Isidore was carrying a tray, and I was carrying a tray, and somebody else was carrying a tray. But we walked upstairs because if you were on restriction level, you didn't get to go downstairs to eat. That's how strict they were. If you didn't get a certain level, I think there was level 1, you didn't get to do nothing. Level 2, you got to watch TV. And level 3, you got to go outside, go to activities, and go downstairs. I think level 2, you did get to go downstairs and eat. But if you didn't at least make level 2, then you didn't even get to go downstairs and eat. And I mean, to tell you, man, it was a blessing being able to get out of the same scene upstairs, man. I mean, I'm just saying, man, you know, they made it so hard on you to where you would really try to act right just to get your level. And so anyway, Isidore waited till we got to the top of the stairs, man. He looked at me, and then he threw his tray right straight up in the air, and then he went to punching, and he went to jabbing, and he jabbed me and everybody else all the way down the line. Hold on here, man. I don't like being. I know I'm vlogging, but I don't like. I get embarrassed when I vlog in front of people, you know what I'm saying? Unless they're a part of it. Makes me look like I'm crazy or something. I guess I can go ahead and vlog. I forgot what I was talking about. How you doing? Huh? I said, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm in the middle of a vlog. YouTube vlog. But anyway, where was I at? Oh yeah, Isidore, he punched me. He punched me in the tray went straight up in the air, man. I mean, it just, trays were flying, food was flying everywhere, and he jabbed us all the way down. He punched everybody in the whole line all the way down to the bottom of the line. And they got him to talking, and they couldn't get nothing out of him. They couldn't get nothing out of him. Didn't know where it went or anything else. And I know this is a long vlog, but it's pretty funny. I know it's funny, but it's not funny, man. And I'll tell you why I'm sharing this story. You'll see in a minute. But what's really funny, now this part ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? Me putting water on him and all that, you know, I was just a kid and I shouldn't have did that, man. But I did, and he punched us all the way down. And I'm getting to the part that's funny. But anyway, so later on they found out it was me because he finally spilled the beans on me, and I ended up getting 7 days restriction. That's where you got to sit in a chair and you stare straight at the wall for 7 days in a row. You had to sit in that chair straight ahead, and you got 3 bathroom breaks, and you had to eat your food, and that was it. You could write an essay of, they wanted you to write an essay of what you did wrong, admitted that you did wrong, and what you was supposed to do in a more mature manner to do that. Now this is the part that I think's really not funny, but amazing. Isidore knew some kind of martial arts. And one time, these 2 green, I'm talking about two new employees. They did tell, I did hear one of the employees tell them, look, man, if anybody acts out up here, call for backup. Don't try to handle it on your own, because you're only 2 people and you might need more help. And so they said, okay. And no kidding, man, Isidore started acting up again. And they wanted him to go to a timeout, and he shook his head. And they said, go to timeout, and he shook his head. And so these other, I was standing there, and we're under the, they said, everybody go to your rooms, and we're up there, and we're at the doors with our pillows, man, just watching the show. I mean, if we had popcorn, that's what we were doing. We wanted to see what Isidore was going to do with these two new employees, because they was supposed to wait for backup, and they didn't. They're supposed to, they do a call, and I'll get onto the story. But anyway, Isidore was like, he had the two new employees said, hey, I think we can get him, we can handle him. No, he's not that. He was a real small guy like me, and no, we got this. We don't have to wait for backup on this little small guy. Man, I tell you what, Isidore gave him a run for the money, man. It was amazing. And it's perfect proof that when somebody is taught martial arts, they know that it's in them. There ain't no way you can take the martial arts out of them. Once they're taught that and it becomes natural, it's natural. They started to come up on Isidore, one on each other side of him. And old Isidore jumped up with one leap, jumped straight up in the air and did a roundhouse, and poof, poof, hit them both in the face. Poof. And then it was a scissor kick, kind of. He kicked one foot out and caught one dude in the face, and then he changed feet and he hit the other dude, and they both, poof. They didn't knock him out, and they got back up, and Isidore was just throwing all these punches, and we're like, yeah, Isidore, go, get him. And we were cussing and just getting, we was feeding, we was telling Isidore, we was rooting Isidore on, man. We like to watch Isidore with his martial arts. But then they finally called for backup, and what they do with backup is they put you with a paper gown in a padded room and put a straitjacket on you. And the only way that they do that is they don't use physical force. They're not supposed to grab you with physical force and make you strain. What they do is they'll call everybody else from all the other dorms in the hospital, and then they'll get so many people filled up, and they'll make a trail like parting the waves. You know what I'm saying? They'll part a trail for him and tell him, this is your last chance. Otherwise, we're going to make you get in there. And then all of a sudden all the staff would start grouping around him, and then he would start walking. And if he tried to fight, they would get him in there in that room, and then there would be so many people in there shoulder to shoulder that Isidore couldn't throw no more punches. There wasn't enough room for him to throw punches. I mean, when you're shoulder to shoulder, like in an elevator full of people, there ain't no room to move. And I did a couple of acting out here and there, and they put me in there with a paper gown a couple of times. But they ended up sending me home and telling my parents that, hey, there ain't nothing wrong with your child. You just need to spend time with him and find other ways for him to exert this hyperactivity out. And I'm not talking bad about my parents, but I don't know if my parents weren't raised right. I think my father, he was in the Vietnam War, and I think that war messed him up to where he just wasn't the kind of cuddly, lovey-dovey kind of guy. And my mom, she went through a lot of childhood abuse, as well as my own father raping her and this, that, and the other. So when she found my stepdad, I mean, they were truly madly in love, man. And I just felt like I was just put on the back burner all the time. You know, I just didn't, you know, I'm sure my mama truly, really, honestly loves me until the day she died. And I think my stepdad does love me. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't know how to show it. You know, he's not that kind of a guy. I think my mom told me that one time. He doesn't show me mushiness. He's not the kind of a cuddly kind of a guy. He shows me he loves me by taking care of me, paying my bills, buying me things that I want. He shows me in other ways. And you're wanting something out of him that he just does not have. Now, my mama did hold me and cuddle me, but it wasn't real juicy. You know what I'm saying? I got that kind of attention out of my grandparents, and I think that's where I steered wrong. Was I was raised by my grandparents until I was like 3, and then I went, you know, my mama found, you know, finally got away from my abusive daddy, and I got a chance to go back home and live with her. But it was just one of them things where I just had a rough life as a child. But you know, the important thing is I'm living like I'm supposed to live now. And oh yeah, the guy that called me about my truck, he said he's seen over on Lancaster. He's in foster care right now, so he knows what it's like not to be with your real true parents. He's doing good. He calls me. He's wanting to go to school for being a mechanic. That boy knows more than I do about mechanics, man. He's only 14 years old, man, and I'm so proud of him for reaching for the sources that the state has given him, you know, because I believe they did take him away from his mom. His dad ended up, that's how we have something in common. He lost his daddy at a young age. I lost my daddy at a young age. We both ended up in foster care. Hey man, stick to your guns, dude, and shoot for the stars, man. That's good that you're learning, man, because you were telling me some things that I didn't even know, and I've been on this world. I'm almost 50 years old, and that 14-year-old knows a lot, and it's because his daddy, at a young age, stuck him underneath the hood of a car and worked, and his daddy was a mechanic, but his daddy lost his life, and I don't want to go into that story unless he wants to call me and make a video on the phone and try to help other kids out there that is in the same position that he's in. And if he wants to do that, he can call me or text me and leave me the text if he wants to share it. If not, then his name is still confidential. I'm just sharing the story out there and letting y'all know, because it doesn't reveal him who he is, so he can't get embarrassed about anything. But man, my heart goes out to him. And that guy, he texted me back and told me that he got the video. He's sending it to his son about the uniforms and everything. And so that's good that I got to give those uniforms to somebody that really did could enjoy them and wear them. I think he's going to be able to put the pants on, because he's skinny, and I didn't know it until after I started getting up there at the post office that there was a set of slacks that come with them, bottoms that come with them, you know, pants, whatever you want to call them, dungarees, or some people call them pants, somebody call them dungarees, some people call them slacks. Anyway, I'm babbling on and repeat myself, but anyway, Limster out. Y'all be good, man. Until next time, I'm going to try to get it together where I got some kind of tripod, or I don't have no more magnets to where I can put behind this phone and stick it to anything, because I do want to show people the work that I do and how to do it and all this other. But it just seems like sometimes it just seems like something just as simple as changing the fuse or how to change oil and this, that, and the other. I don't feel like I need to get under there and show y'all that, man. You know, there's just. But then on the other hand, I kind of think, well, man, look here. I got 14-year-old kids watching me. I got children watching me. They're teenagers watching me. I even got a 3-year-old that's watching me. Oh yeah, Heaven's daddy called me and said this. Sorry. Heaven's daddy called me and told me this. He told me that his daughter is still watching the videos. He still watches my videos, but his ex-girlfriend came around and got a hold of his phone and left all them nasty texts on his phone, and then I guess erased him to where he couldn't even see that she had texted me those nasty things. And he seen the video, and he called me and texted me and called me and says, man, I would never do that to you, Limpy. I would never disrespect you like that. Our relationship is strong, so that's okay, and I just wanted to let y'all know out there. But anyway, I'll see y'all later, and Limster out, man. I know I always do it. I always do it every time, man. I tell you I'm going to leave, and then I don't. But anyway, I'll catch y'all later, man, and y'all be good.